We just actually got some news with Terrifier 3, and I'm excited. Let's get into it. What's up, I Like Scary? We are back. I hope you all are having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So you all, we just got some updates with Terrifier 3 from some articles with Variety and Bloody Disgusting. Damien Leone said some very interesting things, and we got to get into it. Before we get started, definitely smash the like button. So you all, over on Bloody Disgusting, we actually find out that Terrifier 3 will be coming out fall of 2024. I'm super excited. What was said was, we are so incredibly excited to announce that Cineverse, Bloody Disgusting, and Screambox have acquired North American rights to Terrifier 3 from filmmakers Damien Leone and Phil Falcone. Also, basically saying that we will be getting Terrifier 3 next year of fall 2024, man. October release, and they're also saying that the film is scheduled to have a wide theatrical release next year in North America, followed by its exclusive debut on Cineverse streaming service, Screambox. So once again, you guys, it will be streaming exclusively on Screambox. So from my understanding, it's looking like they're taking the exact steps they did last year with Terrifier 2, and that's super cool. That's amazing. And another thing I want to, kind of throw out there is he's saying that Terrifier 3 will be by far the darkest out the films. Now, I'm going to tell you something, man. Terrifier 2 is off the walls. Like, from the moment you get the laundry scene to the end, bro, it was just crazy. Art the Clown was just doing some brutal shit in there. I love Art the Clown. He's one of my favorite slashers. If you follow the channel, you know we love Terrifier over here. But it's crazy that they're just growing like this. Damien Leone and David Althor, shout out to them guys, man. They're amazing. I don't know one horror convention I don't see them at. They're, bro, branching out so far. It's crazy. Shout out to them. Seriously, you guys deserve it. But yeah, man, they're just announcing that Terrifier 3 is officially coming out 2024. Man, it's looking like a great year. It's like horror's kicking back up. October, we got Saw and everything. And then next year, talking about Terrifier 3, hopefully we get like the same exact type of release, October, how it was close to Halloween ends and stuff. Because, man, I love watching Terrifier, and some October with those brutal kills. Now, kind of getting into everything. Also, he has some stuff to talk about over there on Variety. But Damien Leone also touched on, basically, I don't see, what that meant, but he's saying, like, now they're officially in, like, the slasher territory. Man, you guys been in the slasher territory. With Art the Clown, he's definitely, in my opinion, he is, like, an icon now at this point, bro. People know Art the Clown. Once you see him, people know who he is. And, he kind of touched on a lot of other things with Terrifier. And also on Variety, he was getting asked questions, and he had said some interesting things, saying that basically how will Terrifier 3 be built off Terrifier 2. And he said, once I figured out what part 2 was, I knew it was going to be at least a trilogy. So I've been working on this since I completed part 2. Even while I was writing part 2, I actually had scenes that I already written for part 3 because I knew it was going to go. I want to shift back a bit to the tone of part 1, which I felt was a little simplistic and old school gritty slasher. I want this one to go back in that direction. So from my understanding, he's basically saying that he wants to go back to that Terrifier, you know, 1 vibe, which was creepy as hell, like that diner scene vibe and everything, and art just being disturbed now, which I love. And I like how he's basically like he's ahead of himself. He's saying that he's already had stuff kind of planned out for Terrifier 3. Once he, you know, did 2, he was like, you know what, this is going to be a trilogy. Of course, I will definitely do a trilogy with Art the Clown, because the way the story is so unique, man, you know, with the Terrifier, cause especially Terrifier 2, what happened at the end, it kind of showed you how unique it is, with it being supernatural. The ending with Sienna and Elliot, that whole ending where, you know, this stuff happened in the hospital, like the asylum area. It was crazy. Like, it was just showing how many volumes that Art the Clown has as a character, if that makes sense. So I definitely can't wait to see what else he does with this. And he's saying that he wants the audience to feel coming into this one that they're not comfortable with Art the Clown as they feel they are. I want to see if they can make them if I can make them really scared of him again. So basically, he wants us to be, you know, kind of thrown off, if that makes sense. He wants us to be thrown off the thinking like, yeah, we know who Art the Clown is. We know how he operates and everything. So he's basically saying he wants to up the ante and make, you know, Art the Clown a little bit more brutal, from my understanding, because we know Art the Clown. We know he's capable of hacksaw, fucking kill, bleach. Man, that kill, oh my God, I cannot get over that bedroom kill with the bleach and he's ripping the fingers and shit. I still can't get over that kill. That kill just, it just makes me like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, when I see that, bro, the blood and how he's just like throwing the bleach on her, you can feel it. When you see that kill, you can really feel that kill what Art is doing, man. And I really, even the mashed potatoes kill. So how the hell can you up that? You know, from my understanding, Damien Leone said that he's going to actually top both of those kills. He actually has something in the works where he's going to top the bedroom kill. What the hell? And he said that this one is going to be a little bit more evil and overtoned. So maybe we get some more diving into that evilness with Art the Clown, because he's definitely an evil motherfucker after we seen the end of the Terrifier 2. So I like that. He's saying it's going to be more evil, overtone and stuff like that, in different tones to Art. And also he touched on, basically, they were asking him, how are you going to top the bedroom scene? He also said, I always want to swing for the fences and try to see if I can outdo myself from the previous installment. So he's also saying that there was actually a kill that I was going to put in Terrifier that happened to Jenna's character, Tara, after the hacksaw scene. It was another torture scene. I knew putting those back to back was going to completely lose the audience, because it would be way too much to handle. So that was a kill that I kept on the back burner. I didn't even put it in part 2, so that's one I may explore. So he's also saying that he might even get an older kill with the character Tara and everything, that he will probably submit in Terrifier 3. And that's crazy, they had to pull a kill out to kind of make sure that the audience could stay, you know, balanced, because he didn't want to overdo things, which is very smart, because like I said, Terrifier films can get brutal. If you haven't seen them, they're brutal. It's a bloodfest. But yeah, that's smart. Hopefully we get to see the Terrifier 3 obtain that kill from a previous film. And he's saying basically, like, we're going to know which kill it is. He's not even going to have to tell us. We're going to know automatically, which tells, you know, us a lot about Damien Leone. His, you know, his writing and everything speaks volumes. So also he said this. He said, I wanted a part 2 to have a Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors vibe to it. That was my tone in the back of my head, and I knew I was really going to embrace this supernatural and fantasy element. Bro, I personally love it. There's a lot of people who didn't love the fantasy, or at least they need more explanation as to why that's all happening. I didn't want to explain everything in part 2, so I'm going to explain it as we go, but the biggest mistake I could do now is double down on the fantasy aspect. That's why I want to course correct a bit. Let's go back to Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 as opposed to going further into Dream Warriors. That could be a very helpful criticism to help me make a better movie moving forward. So one thing I want to say is I do see what he's basically saving his ass. You know, that little curse that everyone's saying the third film is always going to be, you know, bad. So he's actually trying to say he's going to make a smart move, and he doesn't want to go deep down a rabbit hole with that Dream Warriors feel, which Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street of all time. And I can definitely see what he's meant, you know, in part 2, that it had a Dream Warriors feel for sure. And one thing I want to say to Damien, man, Damien, you've been killing it. Everything you've been doing to Terrifier, bro, 100% great. Now, I don't want you. I'm no one, but I think I definitely see what you're saying. Like tone down that like dream element and kind of go back to how art was in the beginning, almost like strictly slasher, creepy, evil Art the Clown. But I did enjoy that fantasy feel. Like it was something unique, they did with that. It wasn't something that you even scratched your head about. It just seemed like it merged. Like it merged perfectly with the scene with Sienna and Art and everything towards the final act. It just merged to the point you noticed it, but you didn't notice it. But I see what he means by toning that fantasy down a little bit, kind of get back to the original footing of Art the Clown, which I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see Art. I'm glad they're doing the Terrifier 3. October, I can't wait. I'm going to be so happy as we approach October and we're getting closer to it next year, just knowing that we're getting Terrifier 3, man. And I can't wait to see what he does. He said we're going back to the original Nightmare on Elm Street. So basically, part 2 with Dream Warriors, he's going back to the original Nightmare on Elm Street to get that footing for Terrifier 1. So, yeah, you guys, comment down below what you all think. Are you excited that Terrifier 3 is coming out next year of 2024? Did you like Terrifier 2? I'm so excited, but unfortunately, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me on my social media at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, Brand on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter, and yeah, you guys, right there where it says subscribe, next to it, click join, become a member of the channel. I want y'all to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace.